What's up, you guys? Okay, so before I begin, I want to let you guys know that I apologize for the video quality and possibly the sound quality. I sat down to turn my camera on and my battery was dead, so I have to record this video on Zoom. I didn't want to wait for my phone to charge because I still have so many things to do. My son will be home from school soon, so it's just easier to do it this way. So anyway,
do you need affordable health insurance from an
seriously?
A+-rated insurer?
What's up, you guys? So before I get started, I do want to apologize for the video quality. I sat down, turned my camera on, and my battery was dead. So my camera is charging, but I didn't want to wait to record this video because my son will be home soon. I still have so much stuff to do today, but I wanted to record this video while what I wanted to talk about is fresh on my mind. So I want to talk about eating and your relationship, because I had something happen this weekend, and this isn't the first time it's happened. It's happened in past relationships. It's happened, in my current marriage, and it's something. Okay, so what's up, you guys? Okay, so I want to apologize for the video quality and possibly the sound quality because I sat down to record this video, turned my camera on, and it is dead. So I didn't want to wait to record this video because my son's going to be home from school soon. And I have so much stuff to do, but I wanted to record this while today's topic is like fresh on my mind and while I'm still feeling really inspired by this topic. So I want to talk about food and relationships and how what we digest and how what we put into our bodies can affect our relationship. You guys, this is huge. And some of you might be like, what? But okay, let me back up. My mind's like, I've got so many thoughts going on in my mind. I have so much I want to share with you. So, for example, I have known for probably about 5 years that Sugar and I do not get along. Like, we do not get along. We are like oil and water. Like, it's just, Sugar and I do not mix. Like, Sugar is like snake oil for me. It is evil. It is badness. It is bad, bad, bad. I can't express. It's bad. Okay. So when I eat sugar, I either get like seriously manic depressant, I get angry, I get mean, I get irritable, I become Debbie Downer. Like, my whole life is doomsday when I have sugar. I don't know what I want to do for work. I make, irrational and rash decisions when I eat sugar. It's almost like when I'm in my PMDD mode, but maybe even worse, you guys. And then take PMDD and sugar and put them together with me. That's really scary. And I'm like, well, we won't talk about that right now. But anyway, I had something happen this weekend. So I want to talk about that because I got to thinking this morning. I'm like, I wonder how many people end their relationship or break up with people or are in the wrong relationships or just living their lives completely miserable because of what they eat. I know it sounds so crazy, but it's true. So let me give you a couple of examples. Last Halloween, I don't know if it's last Halloween or the Halloween before, I ate Halloween candy, the little fun-sized Snickers I had, and Twix. Twix are my favorite. So I probably had like 5 or 6 pieces of fun-sized candy, and then I had fun-sized candy the following morning, because the bowl's right there. Why not? So in a 24-hour period, I probably had like 7 to 8 pieces of this fun-sized candy. By that following day, that afternoon, you guys, I just started feeling depressed. I started crying. I couldn't focus. I felt like I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I'm like, this is not where I wanted to be at 40, at the age of 43. I was just a hot ass mess. And I called my husband. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I feel depressed. I never feel depressed, and I feel depressed. I feel like I might need to check myself in at, the hospital. That's how bad I felt. I'm not kidding. And he talked to me, and then I calmed down a little bit, enough, And then I started thinking, I'm like, oh, you dumbass, you ate sugar. You ate sugar and you'll be fine as soon as it wears off. But you guys, the thing about it is I felt terrible. And that's not the first time that I felt terrible. Anytime I eat sugar, this has been happening for years. Like, I found out about it, like I discovered it 5 years ago, but it's been happening for who knows how long, right? It's just took me a long time to, put 2 and 2 together. So let me tell you what happened this weekend. I went to a baby shower, and my friend's like, oh my gosh, you gotta try this cake. It's Cakes by Karen. Well, Cakes by Karen is a popular cake place here in Colorado. No, I've never had Cakes by Karen, at least not that I'm aware of. So I'm like, okay. And then she told me it's red velvet. Well, I love red velvet cake. Red velvet cake reminds me of when I was a little girl. My grandma would always make me red velvet cake. I love red velvet cake. So I'm like, I'm gonna try the cake. So she hands me this piece of cake on this plate, and it wasn't a little piece of cake, it was a giant piece of cake. And did I hand her the plate back or go give the plate to somebody else? No, I could have asked for a little tiny piece just so I can taste it, but no, I'm like, I'll eat the cake. I'm gonna eat the cake. So not only did I eat the cake, I got a glass of punch. I poured a glass of punch, and it was like 7-Up with sherbet or something. It was pink, so I know it was bad. I know it wasn't good for me. Soda's horrible for you, and really bad for me because it's got so much sugar in it. So here I am. I downed the cake. I downed the punch. And as soon as I did it, I'm like, yeah, that's probably not going to be good. So hold on 1 second. This light, it's getting dark. Okay. Oh, that's a little better. So I eat the cake, right? And then the following morning, my husband and I decided to go have breakfast. We went to this really cool place downtown, and we're walking around trying to figure out where we want to eat. It's like this really cool marketplace, and it has like all of these different restaurants in there. So they had this crepe place, and they were making crepes like right there. And I'm like, oh, let's get a crepe. I'm like, I'll be somewhat good, and I'll get a veggie crepe. So I got this crepe. It was amazing, by the way. It had like arugula and pesto and tomato and some mozzarella. I ate that. Well, we all know that when you eat sugar, and I had a lot of sugar the day before, you crave more, because it's a scientific fact that sugar is addicting. Sugar is more addicting than cocaine, by the way. So I'm like looking at the menu, look at my husband, I'm like, let's get a dessert crepe and share it. It won't be that bad. So we're looking at them, and the one that seemed to have the less sugar, keep in mind it was already a little moody, a little edgy that morning. We got, what did we end up getting? Peaches and cream. We got the peaches and cream crepe, which is peaches, canned peaches, like soaked in whatever they soak them in. And then they put some whipped cream on top of it. We all know whipped cream has sugar. So not only did I eat more sugar, I also ate dairy, which I cannot have dairy that's not cooked. So we eat that. Then we come home, and then we go to do our grocery shopping for the week, and we decided we were going to go to Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. We go to Trader Joe's, we go to Whole Foods. Can I just tell you that going to Whole Foods when you're hungry is dangerous, because everything is so aesthetically pleasing. Like Whole Foods is just like beautiful, right? So we walk past the pizza bar, and we're like, oh, we both look at each other, let's eat pizza. No big deal. So, all right, so we order our pizza, we go, we pay for our groceries, and then we they have like this little ledge up against the window in front of the store with some stools. We sat there, put our cart aside, and ate our pizza. So we're sitting there eating the pizza, and we're facing kind of like half out the window, like at each other a little bit. Well, he was facing actually out the window. I was kind of like this. Well, in comes this woman with a little girl, a beautiful woman, mind you. And she had on this like form-fitting short skirt and some like tall boots and just a form-fitting, it was either a dress or a skirt, I don't know. I knew she was pretty, she had an amazing body, and she looked beautiful, right? So here I am, Miss, I ate red velvet cake yesterday. Miss, I drank 7-Up yesterday. And Miss, I ate half of a peach crepe this morning. I see her come in and automatically my brain goes, your husband's gonna check her out. Because I know that my husband likes, you know, like skirts and boots, like whatever. So she walks past, you know, and I'm waiting. I'm like, I know he's gonna look. Well, he just so happened to finish his food, so he turned towards me, and obviously she was like past me at this point, so she was right in front of his face. So of course he saw her. I noticed that he saw her, but then he looked at her, and then he kind of did this, like, in my mind, this exaggerated head bob to look like, and then he kind of just looked at the story like that, and then I was like, oh, he's trying to play it off like he wasn't checking out this woman. So you guys, I flipped the fuck out. I flipped out. I'm like, that is rude. You shouldn't be checking out women with your wife. You never do that. Like, why are you doing that? That's fucking disrespectful. I grabbed the cart and I'm rushing outside of the parking lot. And he's not even understanding what's going on. I'm like, you're checking out women. And so we just get in this big fight, back and forth. Not a fight, but, well, I was screaming. He was just like, and he started getting irritated with me. So we don't talk to each other on the way home. And then we come home, I put the groceries away, and I leave to go work my side hustle. Didn't tell him goodbye. And he sends me a text message and apologizes. He's like, I just wanted to let you know I wasn't checking her out. I saw her, you know, when I finished eating. I did see her, but I wasn't checking her out. I wasn't doing whatever you thought I was doing. But I can see how it looked that way, and I want to apologize. You know, I love my wife. I ignored the message. Like, I'm not talking to him. I'm pissed off. Okay, you guys, here's the thing. I would not have done that had I not have eaten that sugar. Like, and this is not the first time something like this has happened. So you would think I would be a glutton for punishment, and I would just say no to sugar. So, because if that situation, that same exact scenario happened today, that wouldn't have happened. Like, yeah, I would have noticed her. I would have said, you know, in my head, oh, she's good looking. My husband may glance at her. He's going to check her out. I'm checking her out. And I may have even looked to see if he checked her out, but I wouldn't have freaked out about it. I wouldn't have freaked out about it. Sometimes I get a little insecure because I'm not where I want to be with my body. As you all know, I'm on a weight loss journey, and that's a whole nother story. But I wouldn't have freaked out like I did today. And not today, the other day, on Saturday. So, because like right now, I'm in a great mood. Had that have happened, she would have walked by, I might have thought something for 2 seconds. It would have been done. We would have gone about our day, and life is, you know, all peaches and cream, right? As long as we don't eat it. So that got me to thinking about how emotional I get and how I make rash decisions when I eat sugar. And then I thought about it. I'm like, if I'm doing this, if this is happening to me, I am not the only one that this is happening to. I'm just aware of it. Like, I know why I do what I do. I know what foods to eat. I know what foods not to eat. There's a lot of you that probably aren't aware that this is happening, right? And like I said, if it's happening to me, it's probably happening to some of you. Not all of you, maybe a small percentage of you, but it's happening. And I just wanted to bring that to your attention, because when I think about my past, like, how many people between my PMDD and sugar and then combined, how many rash decisions have I made? How many people have I broke up with? How many fights have I started? You know, do you know how many times I've like thrown shit at my exes or like done things like that because I was so upset, you know? And I was so upset because of either PMDD or sugar. Like, I bet a lot of my past is sugar is like a contributing factor to some of my actions back then. And it's scary. So I just want to talk about that, because some of you, may be in relationships you don't want to be in, because if you're like eating something that doesn't agree with you and your body and your brain, and you're eating it all the time and you're not aware that it's not good for you, you're not ever making good decisions. Or some of you may be thinking you want a divorce, like you're over your spouse, you can't stand him, you don't like anything about him, and it's what you're eating. I know it sounds crazy, but look, bear with me. Because you guys, when I eat that stuff, whatever's going on in my head is just like PMDD. Whatever's going on in my head, I believe that that's how I truly feel in the moment. And even though I'm like, oh, you had sugar. No, I still believe whatever it is I'm thinking until the sugar wears off and I start to calm down, you know. So how many of you, like, have the same things happening to you? That's what I want to know. And I just want I wanted to talk about this because, and first of all, let me back up. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a PhD. I don't have a PhD. I'm not a health professional. I'm not like a nutritionist. I am not any of that, nor do I claim to be. So don't like go throw your pills away or anything like that. I'm like, oh, it's what I'm eating, right? Don't do that. But what I do want you to do is if you're pissed off all the time, if you're feeling bad about yourself all the time, if you're depressed, if you feel depressed, if you feel angry, if you feel like doomsday, and you feel like that a lot, I really start keeping food diary. I've been tracking my food because I'm on this weight loss journey, and I'm noticing as I get older, there's so many things that I can't eat. And your body, here's the thing, your body will tell you exactly what it needs, and it will tell you what it does not want. I used to be able to eat almonds. I can't eat almonds anymore. I'm in I'm in pain, like to the point of tears when I eat almonds. Dairy, I used to be able to eat dairy. Now when I eat dairy, I get eczema. Well, uncooked dairy. I get eczema, I get bloated, I just feel icky. And recently I've discovered when I eat, I haven't figured out if it's like all wheat or if it's just like bleached wheat, bleached flour. But like I notice when I eat pasta, if I eat like a sandwich, if I eat like just anything with a lot of carb, like bleached, I think it's bleached, I think it's white flour. Like literally within 30 minutes to an hour and a half, I am so freaking tired. Like I am so tired. I can not just like, oh, I'm tired. Like I'm tired where I can go get in bed and go to sleep. Like it takes all of my energy away. I can't work. I just want to sit and watch TV and do nothing. Like I am exhausted, right? So now I know that I can eat that. So pay attention, because if you listen to your body, it is going to tell you exactly what it needs. And here's the thing, maybe your thing is the sugar. Maybe your thing is the gluten or the wheat. And you're tired all the time. What happens if you're tired all the time? What happens if you're lethargic? You become lazy, and then guess what? That affects your sex life because you're tired. And when it's time to go to bed, or when your husband or significant other is feeling frisky, you're like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it. Get away. I'm tired. So that can affect your relationship. And then we all know that if we're not feeling good about our bodies and we're not feeling good about our size, or we feel self-conscious about certain things about our body, that's going to play out into our relationship. Sometimes it affects my relationship. You know, like if my husband touches my stomach, I'm like, oh my God, don't do that. You know, I freak out. And that's all because of what I eat. And I struggle, you guys. You would think that I would always say no to sugar. Absolutely not, because I know what it does to me. And you guys, there's one incident that it was like sugar combined with my PMDD. That was bad. Nobody knows about it yet, and you won't know about it until my book, because it's big. I'm not ready to talk about it yet. But it was bad, and it was all sugar and my PMDD. So you guys, what you put into your body is huge. If you have depression, if you have if health issues, like what you put into your body affects everything. Like I almost feel like it is everything. Like with my 14-year-old son, when he has sugar, he gets in trouble at school. He's like fidgeting around and like he's all over the place. So sugar affects him in a different way than it does me, but it's a negative way. And then obviously food, I'm not just talking about the negative, food can help affect your relationship in a positive way. It can have a positive effect on your relationship, because if you're feeling good and you're feeling energized and you're just feeling healthy and full of energy, guess what? You're going to be happy. You're going to be a pleasure to be around. You're going to be a pleasure behind closed doors, you know. Everything's going to be better. So this, I'm not just talking some mumbo jumbo. I might not be a medical doctor, but I can tell you what I've experienced. I can tell you what I watch other people experience. And food and what you put into your body is huge. It is huge. So like I said, keep a food diary. I'm doing this because I'm wanting to get to a weight where I feel comfortable. I don't feel like anybody has to be skinny. I've already talked about that. There are some women that are curvy and they're absolutely stunningly beautiful and they're comfortable in their skin. I'm not. So I want to be a certain weight. So I keep this food diary. And you guys, when you do this, you will notice so many things. So what you do is you write down the day and you write down how you feel. How are you feeling? Like, how did I feel before lunch? How did I feel after lunch? Like, keep really, I know this is work, but sometimes you gotta work. Life isn't always peaches and cream and easy. So like at 8 a.m., I had water, my vegan protein shake. I had 15 blueberries, half of a banana, and I blended it all together. 8:30, I had a cup of coffee. I had more water at lunch. I wrote down everything. So even though this was one meal put together, I wrote down, you know, like, for example, I used 1 tablespoon of vegan chipotle mayo, 2 tablespoons of avocado green goddess. Like, I break down everything. So not only can I go back if I'm feeling bad or bloated or gross or whatever, if I gain weight, I could be like, oh, that didn't work for me, this did, or whatever. So, or I can like take into account, like when I eat this stuff, I feel good, but when I eat this stuff, I feel bad. Like, you know, take note of how you feel mentally and take note of how you feel physically, you guys, because food, like what you put into your body is huge, and maybe you don't realize it. So this is why I say, if you're unhappy in your relationship, if you find yourself just constantly moody, if you find yourself on edge, cranky. Now, again, I'm not a medical doctor. You could have depression. You could be bipolar. You could be it could be a million things, but it could be food. So if you are on medication and you're still not feeling quite right, start paying attention to what you put into your body and take notes and see if, like, oh my gosh, that's what I'm eating. If you're feeling just everything, if you feel like lethargic and tired all the time, and like I said, if you feel cranky and irritable, if your spouse gets on your last freaking nerve all the time, or maybe like frequently, just really think about what you eat. Think about what you're eating. Think about what you're putting into your body. I know I sound like a broken record, but you guys, this is huge. Like, and once you discover what it is, then you can be like, okay, and then you can take that chance when you eat something. Like when I eat sugar, I know it's going to be bad. Sometimes it's worse than others, but I'm learning the hard way that it doesn't matter if I'm in a baby shower. It doesn't matter if I'm in a party. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I have to ask myself. I didn't realize this till this morning. I have to ask myself, is this piece of cake or this piece of candy that's going to give me pleasure for like 2 minutes or 5 minutes while I eat it, is that worth a fight with my husband? Is that worth me feeling extremely depressed? Is that worth bloating? Is that worth gaining 2 pounds? Like, is that worth me potentially making like really stupid, rash decisions? No, the answer is no. So this last weekend, the last time I'm going to have sugar? Probably not, because I also battle with PMDD, and when PMDD comes, sometimes I win, but sometimes PMDD wins. So I'm still trying to figure that out. I have made a commitment to my PMDD tribe that I'm really going to try to kick PMDD in the ass this month. Like right now, it's my happy time. I don't think I'm scheduled for PMDD for another 2 weeks. So, or maybe like 10 days. I don't know. I still have a while. So, but I do notice when I fuel my body with vegetables and I drink a ton of water and I eat lean protein, I feel good. My body feels good. I've eaten super healthy today and I feel good. If I want something sweet, I can have fruit. And I think like I can get really creative when I'm really craving something sweet, but my point is, food is huge. Watch what you put into your body. You know, it can affect your mood. Maybe it might not even be any of what I've talked about. Maybe red meat. Some people can't have red meat. Some people can't have poultry. Some people can't have dairy. Just listen to your body. Not only how it makes you feel mentally, but how it makes you feel physically. Because you guys, all of that affects your relationships. Not only like the relationship with your husband or your spouse, but it affects the relationships you have at work. It affects the relationship you have with yourself. And that is huge. So I just wanted to pop on and talk about that. If you want to know anything else, if you have any questions, you guys know that you can always email me. I'm really good about answering my emails or my Insta chats or whatever. Thank you for watching and have a phenomenal day. Now I just have to figure out how to end this meeting. Okay. I'm out.